Welcome back to Guru Beauty. I am Jodie and today I'm reviewing a new foundation for you, this time from the higher end side of things. It's from Dior and it's their brand new Nude Air Serum foundation. It has been released out onto the Australian market, retails for 79 Australian dollars, 53 US dollars. It's one of those liquidy serum foundations to join the ranks of many others that have come before it. Let's see, gosh, Urban Decay has had one for ages. Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua has been out for years, but there has been a very intense movement in the market right now from L'Oreal, from Maybelline, even on the drugstore side of things. And then we've got one from Lancome. I think we've got one coming from MAC. We've got one recently released from NARS. I reviewed that one recently and we'll include a link to that one down below. I have also reviewed the Maybelline Dream Wonder that I mentioned, as well as the L'Oreal one. Certainly do look down below. I'll link all of those. But this is another one of those very watery serum foundations. And what's interesting is the promises that these different brands make. They're all very kind of similar products. There are some variations in the ingredients, but some of them say, you know, you just get full coverage with very minimal product. Dior actually has some pretty realistic claims with regards to their coverage, but I'm basically just going to discuss my thoughts and opinions and experiences with this product. I'm going to show it to you going on. I'm going to show you how it lasts throughout the day, and I will share with you my final thoughts whether I would in fact recommend this foundation or not. So if you want to see all of that, keep on watching. Alright, so the Dior Nude Air Serum foundation comes in a glass bottle, as you can see. Very nice and classy packaging, as you'd expect from Dior. Paying 79 Australian dollars, you certainly would expect that. A glass bottle is not going to be the best thing for dropping on the tiles in your bathroom, and it's certainly not going to be the best thing in terms of weight and being travel friendly. That's okay. I think this is still a nice package. It comes with a silver top that unscrews, and as you can see, it does have that little dropper. You can see as I'm dropping it, the product is extremely fluid. You do have the standard 30 mils of product in here. It is something that you are supposed to shake very well, and according to the Australian packaging, it contains SPF 25 PA++ protection. It's described as a nude healthy glow ultra fluid serum foundation on their packaging and is made in France. This is a product that you certainly do have to shake up. With these droppers, I always shake and then I squeeze the dropper a few times, shake a bit more, squeeze the dropper a little bit more. For my NC25 skin, I'm usually a 30 in Dior foundation. Sometimes that's a little bit too dark for me, but the 30 certainly does seem to suit me pretty well today. Sometimes it looks a little bit too dark, bringing it down my neck. So I have seen some reviews as well where NC25 skin is pretty well matched to a 21 in the Dior. So do definitely go and get the product tested and swatched on your face, on your jaw, and see how that matches. But I can definitely get away with the 30. I could probably get away with a lighter shade as well. The point of this foundation is that it does go on very thinly. You really don't use a whole lot of product unless you're building it up, so there is a bit of flexibility there with the shade range. The ingredient list according to the box includes trisiloxane, isododecane, cyclopentasiloxane, so a lot of silicones. You've got a very watery feeling product, but a lot of silicones, and what that's going to do is smooth on, it's going to blend very easily, and it's going to have a slightly smoothing appearance, and I can certainly see that in the way that it performs on my skin. They are the top three ingredients, followed by phenyl trimethicone, diphenyl dimethicone slash vinyl, diphenyl dimethicone slash silsesquioxane cross polymer, ethyl hexyl methoxycinnamate, alcohol, dimethicone, peg 10 dimethicone. My God, this thing is jam-packed with silicones. There is also some oils further down the list. So we've got oxidized corn oil, we've got cranberry seed oil. It's not a very oily product, but there certainly are some oils named in there, and I think the alcohol component is going to be what's interesting to some of you out there. Now, it doesn't specify which alcohol is contained in this product, so I don't know if that's a good alcohol or a bad alcohol. So that's it for the ingredients. Certainly do be aware of that alcohol and high silicone content, which seems to work on my skin. Okay, some claims on the back of the box. A precursor in the art of natural. For beauty that grows more radiant with each day, Dior broadens its nude makeup expertise with the innovation of Diorskin Nude Air, an ultra fluid serum foundation featuring a no makeup feel, as weightless and beneficial as a breath of fresh air for an enhanced complexion with a sheer finish. Like after a day in the great outdoors, the face gains a continual natural glow. I just think that's a whole lot of marketing gobbledygook. What I do see is that there's a claim for natural feeling, and there's also a claim for a sheer coverage with a bit of a glow. If you do look at a little bit more information online, on Sephora, it's described as a lightweight foundation serum that creates an enhanced complexion and a sheer finish. It does offer sun protection and the fresh face beauty of a natural looking glow infused with oxygen active technology, an innovative blend of a hyper oxygenated oil, cranberry oil, vitamin and minerals. This serum's high precision dropper deposits an undetectable film of makeup onto the skin, while its soft focus agents and glazed pigments instantly produce an even looking complexion that achieves the right amount of coverage for a radiant sheer finish. This product is free of talc. On Sephora, the Diorskin Nude Air foundation gets 4 out of 5 stars, which is pretty good, and on Makeup Alley it gets 3.2 out of 5. One thing I really like about this foundation, and particularly Dior and the way they've marketed this, is they call it more of a sheer coverage. I think on their website they show 1.5 out of 4 stars in terms of coverage for this product. This offers at least as good coverage as the NARS Illuminating Weightless foundation, but for some reason NARS claims that theirs is full coverage. I completely dispute that with something to cover. So my skin, 38 years of age, I've certainly got fine lines and texture to deal with, a lot of large pores all over my face, so something that's smoothing is definitely going to be something that I am looking for. I'm also looking for something that has enough coverage to cover my hyperpigmentation. I have hyperpigmentation or melasma or whatever you want to call it pretty much all over my face, freckles, all that kind of thing from time in the sun and pregnancy. Because I'm aging, I also want something that's going to help me look hydrated as well throughout the day and last a long time without letting all of my oils break through, because I do have combo oily skin. So I look for a lot of things in a foundation. I am pretty demanding when it comes to products, but it means that I'm the perfect guinea pig for you if you have any of these similar skin concerns. And with all of those skin concerns, despite the fact that I don't always love these more lightweight foundations, I love this one from Dior. It really, really is a nice product if you don't mind that alcohol component. Before I cut to the application and then wear throughout the day, and I'll share with you my final thoughts after that, I will just talk about the fragrance, because that seems to be the most commented on feature of this product when you do look at reviews online. It is quite perfumed, it is quite fragranced. Some people say that that's to cover up the alcohol smell in this product. I like fragrance in products. It doesn't bother me, but if you're easily irritated by fragrance in products, maybe this is one that you want to look out for. To me, it's a very pleasant fragrance. I notice it when I apply it, and then I don't notice it after it's on my face. So that is pretty much top line what I think of this product. I'll show you how it looks going on, I'll show you how it performs throughout the day, and then I'll share with you my final thoughts and recommendations at the end. So I did apply this foundation today over the Dior Pore Minimizer Skin Refining Matte Primer. I find that that does help with the smoothing out of the pores. While the product doesn't necessarily need it because it is so silicone-y and smoothing, I always wear a primer, and this is a nice one for smoothing as well as a little bit of mattifying around the T-zone. Today I am just spotting it on my face with my finger, and I'm actually using a stippling brush in a buffing type motion to buff it in. It is generally recommended that you apply this foundation with your fingers. You certainly can very quickly, very easily apply it and press it in with your fingers. Whether you use a brush, a sponge, your fingers, doesn't matter. This foundation is easy to work with through any type of application method, and I really, really like this stippling brush. I find that it's undetectable. I don't get my fingers as dirty as I would otherwise, and this product, regardless of how you apply it, it blends very quickly, very easily, and is, as they claim, pretty undetectable on the face. You can see after one layer of foundation that I am am getting a pretty good medium coverage with this foundation. So this kind of almost over delivers in their coverage claims. Less product you use, you certainly can get a light coverage if you're a fan of that, certainly. But if you do like a little bit more, this foundation will definitely easily deliver you a medium coverage and then build in areas, as you'll see, to give you a little bit of extra coverage in certain spots where you need it. Everything is sort of evened out and I'd be happy to leave this for the day. I am just going to add a little bit more product just to some areas of pigmentation, just so you can see, you know, does it build up? Will it cover those kinds of things on your face if you do add another layer? And I'll just use my stippling brush to show you that this does layer beautifully. It doesn't cake. You will get a little bit of extra coverage from adding that next layer of foundation. I'm really pleased with the coverage. How quick and easy this melts into the complexion whilst giving you coverage is beautiful. Unlike the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless foundation, this does not sit in my pores. I am using the Pore Minimizer primer, but it seemed with the NARS it would just sit in my pores no matter what primer I used, unfortunately. This is beautiful. I feel like this is what NARS All Day Luminous Weightless should be. The finish is probably like a demi matte. It definitely doesn't have sort of shine or glow to it at this stage. I will apply the rest of my makeup right now, come back and let you know how it's looking in a little bit. All right, my makeup is applied and my foundation's looking great. I've only added a wet NARS Dual Intensity highlight and blush here. I haven't added any powder to my face at this point in time. The foundation has a luminous look to it. It's certainly not glowy, it's not shiny, but you can see across my forehead, around my jawline where I haven't added any product, it just looks luminous. It looks like I have a nice natural coverage. You can just see with that medium coverage, I guess, little natural bits peeking through, but it looks lovely, nice and healthy. I absolutely love the finish. Now, I am going to apply just a little bit of powder to my T-zone, particularly around my nose. I'll be using the corresponding Diorskin Nude Air powder, and I've got this in the shade 30. I've got the fluffiest brush I own. I love this for powder. It's the Dome Powder C130 brush from Royal & Langnickel. I absolutely adore it for powder. It just gives you the lightest covering, so no cakiness at all. I will hit myself right there in the center of the forehead, and in a dabbing motion I will bring it down to my chin, but concentrate around my nose, around the corners of my nose. That's particularly where makeup will crease and oil up, and I am heading out. It's a warm day, so just setting it very lightly down the T-zone. I'll be leaving the jaw, the cheek, the temple area, and I'll be coming back at the end of the day to let you know how it's worn. We are looking at about 6 hours after application here, and I just wanted to come back just to kind of show you how the foundation's wearing throughout the day. I haven't touched up since applying 6 hours ago, but you can kind of see that it doesn't look oily in real life, but you can see that it's not as mattified, I guess, as it was when I first applied the foundation. So I am going to just with again, a very light hand, just dust a little bit of powder around just the T-zone. We'll let it cook for a few hours and I'll be back in a little while to give you my verdict of how it's lasted throughout the day. It is 8 hours after application of the Diorskin Nude Air foundation, and I did that touch up a couple of hours ago, and I'm just so pleased with the way that this looks. I really haven't added anything to the foundation around here, down here, just the nose, which needed that bit of touch up just to stop looking shiny, but otherwise the foundation has just stayed beautifully throughout the day. When you look at the sort of glow factor, I guess it certainly does look a little bit more hydrated as time passes throughout the day versus how it looks immediately upon application, and certainly after a powdering in the T-zone at application, as you saw. This just looks beautiful on the skin. My skin just looks healthy, it looks radiant. I've still got that beautiful coverage now, 8 hours on. Everything still looks smoothed and lovely and hydrated. And I really just, I couldn't be more pleased. I think if anything, it probably looks better now than it did on application, and it looked pretty darn fine at application. So I really like this foundation. This is definitely one of my favorites. Normal skinned ladies certainly wouldn't need powder to set, but if you do have oily skin, I think you would still be best served to think about a mattifying or oil controlling primer underneath this product like I did, and then just setting in the T-zone with a powder very, very lightly. You may certainly need at least 1 or 2 touch-ups throughout the day. For me, certainly when a foundation looks this good, I absolutely do not begrudge a touch-up in the middle of the day with a tiny bit of powder. Absolutely fantastic. At the 8-hour mark, the Diorskin Nude Air foundation, 2 guru thumbs up. So that's how the foundation performs on my face. I'm a big fan. I find that, especially using it with primer and powder over the top, that this one will last longer than 4, 6, 8 hours. I'm happy with the way that this performs on my face throughout the day. Some people have experienced oxidization with this product, so do definitely go and get your color tested. Wear it throughout the day on your entire face. Definitely look at it at the end of the day and see, has it darkened on your face? Maybe you need to start with a lighter color. I haven't experienced anything too bad in terms of the product darkening or going orange, but in case you do get a sample and test it out. But beautiful. I'm so impressed with this foundation. It certainly gives me adequate coverage. It photographs beautifully. It's relatively smoothing. With the help of a primer and a little bit of powder, it lasts beautifully throughout the day. Certainly, I really have no complaints about this foundation. It stays looking fresh throughout the day. I have a certain glow, and certainly couldn't be happier. A couple of downsides would be that higher price point, but hey, if you're looking at a Dior foundation, you're already factoring that into your decision making. Love the fact that it does have SPF, and you do also want to watch out for that alcohol content as well as the fragrance if you're someone who certainly does not like any of those things. But really, overall, I'm super impressed with the Diorskin Nude Air Serum Foundation. It's one that I certainly would recommend to you if you have skin like mine, if you have pores, if you have combination oily skin. According to the reviews, this does seem to be one that you can enjoy with dry skin. It doesn't seem to have as much complaint around, you know, exacerbating flakes and that kind of thing, unlike some other liquid foundations. So if you have dry skin, if you don't mind the alcohol, which is not great for dry skin, it's not great for oily skin either, certainly do go and check this out. This may look nice on your face. Certainly do apply a really nice moisturizer. I really do like this foundation. Please do let me know your thoughts if you have tried it, and I'd also love to hear from you. What is your favorite liquidy foundation? And let me know all about it. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a gorgeous day. Don't forget, you are beautiful. Don't just look it, make sure you be it. And I will see you again really, really soon. Bye.